Hey y'all, this is Shantae coming to you guys with another video. For those who are following my journey, and for those who maybe just tapping in on this video, I am getting ready to tell you guys why am I young with 3 kids and single. Because this is the journey, and if you care to follow along, come on to my channel, Shantae Hands, and see what it's all about. If you watch all my other videos, you see that I'm going through job situations. You know that I'm dealing with my stress and depression, and you also see that I'm getting closer to God and things like that. But I don't want to let this video be too long. I am getting ready to kind of like do my makeup real quick, and then I gotta run out of here and get my son. For those who follow me, you know that I'm a single woman. I'm always on the go. I'm also a single parent, and I'll be out here trying to do my thing. I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm just trying to live life every day, taking it one day at a time, y'all. Like I said, I will be getting ready as I'm talking to you guys, because my thing is I could be doing 2 things at once, saving time and also creating like content and everything. And I'm just gonna do like a little simple, I wouldn't even say it's a beat. I'm about to just do a simple little something because I want to come back and record other videos. The first thing I am going to do, y'all, I am going to kind of like fix my braids. One thing that I've been experiencing is my scalp has been really itching. No, my hair is not dirty because I made sure I washed my hair, of course, before I put in these braids. But I don't know if it's the hair that's irritating my scalp, which is weird because I've used this hair plenty of times before. But I am gonna find some braid. I am gonna spray my hair with braid spray because I'm gonna see if this works. I found this in my cabinet. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but I hope it do. So let me just go ahead and spray my hair real quick. Whew. So far my scalp feels good. And I'm also gonna go in and use my edge control, the items for my edge control kit, which is a edge control brush, a sample of edge control, and then a scarf. Like I was telling you guys before, I am currently trying to figure out life and what I want to do. And one of the things that I learned that I wanted to do is that I wanted to learn how to make money online. And so far, starting off, it would be nice if I could just like sell my products online, which is mostly beauty products. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix my edges real quick. I should have did my edges before I sprayed my scalp. So yeah, let me get right on the subject. Okay, so let's start kind of like from the beginning. I would honestly say the reason why I am single now is, I would say, is all related to relationship drama. Getting into a relationship at a really young age and not knowing what the hell I was doing. I'm seeing, like, now that I look back, I had no idea what I was doing. Basically, I was trying to be grown. I was trying to be grown at a young age, not knowing better. When they said that thing, like, where I was young and dumb, like, cause it be true. You really be dumb. You don't know. You don't know what you're doing. You're just thinking that you know what you're doing based on what you see other people do, or based on what you see on TV, or based on what you see your friends doing, or whatever. But so basically, I had kids at a really young age. And looking back, I had no clue. I had no guidance. I had absolutely no guidance. The only type of guidance I had is what I seen around me. Let's just be completely honest. Okay, so when I had my first son, I was only 18 years old. No, not even 18. I was 17 years old. My son was born in January, and what, 2 months later, I turned 18. So I was a kid. I was literally a kid, having a kid. And I know that I was a kid because my son is 18 years old right now, and I can't even imagine him being a parent right now. So it's crazy. And like meeting my kid's father, he was my first love. And I had 2 kids by him. Mind you, I had my second son at 21 years old. I was 21 years old. I was pregnant at 20. Did I learn my lesson with the first one? Hell nah. It ain't no damn way I learned my lesson. I ain't learned shit. Because before I even had my first son, I already thought I was grown. I always thought I was grown because I was already doing grown stuff and I was already put in so many grown-up positions. Let alone I was taking care of myself already. And like I was like already like looking after my brother and my sister and stuff. So yeah, I was a very mature young lady. Between like I would say 15 on up. I've been already like taking care of myself and fending for myself and stuff like that, as far as making like grown-up decisions. Okay, so he was pretty much my first love. I wanted so bad to have a family. Why are you a teenager trying to have a family for? You know nothing about it. You know nothing about that. And you're right. I tried so hard to have something that I knew nothing about. Anyways, moving forward. Young, dumb, don't know shit. A parent. Come to find out, my kid's father, and mind you, we're young. Because my kid's father is maybe not even a whole 2 years older than me. He was very heavy on drugs. Mind you, knew nothing about drugs then. The only drug I knew about was weed. I didn't even know it was so many revenues of drugs. And then like maybe I knew about crack because the whole word crackhead was out. I'm about to start my eyebrows because I forgot this is supposed to be a get ready with me. And a sit down chit chat. I'm gonna use also my mirror from my website that comes with lashes and a handy dandy mirror. I'm gonna go ahead and use this mirror into my makeup. So not even really so he was on drugs really bad. He was very mentally, physically, and verbally abusive. Yes, we used to get in fist fights. Mind you, I got kids by this dude and he's freaking crazy. It took for me to find out that my kid's father was on drugs, but still didn't leave his ass. I still didn't leave his ass because I wanted to have a family so bad, and I was in love. I was in love to this crazy dude. And you know what? I don't regret being in love with that guy. I don't. Because he showed me love, even though it wasn't healthy love. It was like the most toxic relationship that I can even think of right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was in love. I love him, and I don't regret loving him. And he is the father to my oldest kids. Okay, so after I broke up with him, and I'm telling you right now, that is where my relationship trauma came in place. And that's where my relationship trauma came into play. When I said that my kid's father was emotionally abusive, back then, even though I was young with kids, I still pretty much had it going good for myself. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had a kid and I was young, I tried to go to school, but I always kept the job, I always kept the car, I always kept my shit on point. You know what I'm saying? With 2 kids, young. I think my kid's father seen that in me, and he knew that I was gonna pretty much outgrow him and move on. He would do things or say certain things to me to make me believe that nobody else wanted me. And at the time, I had 2 kids, I was young, and that was when the first start of my weight begun, because when I was a teenager, I had a really nice body. I was slim, I was cute, you know what I'm saying? I had it going on. And then like after having the kids, I lost that confidence. Okay, and to this day, like that confidence is gone. Honestly, that is the confidence I'm trying to regain. Okay, the confidence that I had before I had kids, and basically before my body changed. So he was saying and do certain things to me or whatever, and at the time I believed it, or you know, I didn't think much of myself. Moving on from my kid's father, after I finally left him, I started getting in relationships I had no business getting into. Mind you, I'm in my young 20s dating men the age of my parents. I was. I was dating 50, not 50, wow. I was dating, at that time, I was dating 40 plus year olds, okay? And at that time, I was dating men the same age as my parents. And I thought I liked it. I ain't gonna lie, I did like it. But looking back, what the hell? Like, I'm literally still a kid. Now that I look back and I see how men date young women, like men, I tell you right now, if you're young and you're watching this, men are waiting until you turn 18. We have old ass men out here that's old enough to be your damn pappy, waiting until you get 18 just to play with your mind and get with you, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't have any guidance, or you don't know better. You thinking, oh, I got this man that want to be with me. He's daddy, he's older, he got money, he's doing this and that for me. These men ain't shit, because they know they can trick you into doing things or make you feel a certain way, make you feel growner than you are, and you're just out here doing what Lord knows what, thinking that you're grown, because I did it. So I would date men, and that's what I preferred. That's all I preferred, was men twice my age at the time. I ain't gonna lie, I still like men older than me, but it's not for the same reasons as I was dating men back then. So I would get with older men, and it's just like, no. Then I ain't gonna lie, I met my other kid's father. He was the same age as me, but we were not together. That was just me being fast, doing too much. We were just like messing around. I wouldn't even say we were even, that's so irritating. I wouldn't even say we were friends at the time. We developed being friends as time went by. So after I had my second son, that's when I really fell into, not my second son, when I had my third son, that's when I really fell into depression. Because at this time, I was only 24 years old. Okay, I had my son at 24 years old, my youngest son. So by 24 years of age, I already had 3 kids. So I had no connection with this guy. I practically had a kid with a stranger. Why did I keep the baby? I couldn't even tell you why. I think I probably felt guilty at getting what's it called? An abortion. But you know, I don't have any regrets. I love my son. I'm glad I had him. At that time when I had him, he actually changed my life. Was it hard raising 3 kids practically alone? Because I went through whatever I went through with my second kid's father. He really didn't kick in until a few years later to help me with him. The first kid's father was out of the picture, and when I tell you I fell into deep depression, I think that's when everything went downhill for me as far as like my depression and kind of like just letting myself go. I worked full time, and I just went hardcore on just raising my 3 boys alone. I got a lot of help from my family, from my mother's side of the family. I still don't get any help or support from my kid's father. My second kid's father, he does pay child support, but he does not help as much as he should for being a parent. I'm not gonna complain because the child support does help, but I'm just gonna say it like this. I raised all 3 of my kids alone, and that's what I've been doing. And it weighs on you. It weighs on your mental health severely. When I tell you, like, I recently had a breakdown to where I quit my job, and like right now I'm just being a full-time parent. But like in my early and late 20s, I was going hardcore with just full-time working. You know what I'm saying? Making sure I work nights so I can be there for my kids as much as I could be in the daytime. But really looking back, and that's the reason why I quit my job, I wasn't really there for my kids as much as I needed to be. Because you know, as my kids got older, I was seeing that they really needed a lot of help and support mentally, you know? Mentally. Especially with them not even having their father around. You know what I'm saying? And just like looking back, I didn't have my father growing up. So I know, you know what I'm saying? It's just a vicious cycle. Not having my father growing up, and then my mom being a single parent, you know what I'm saying? Her working, you know, nonstop to make sure she can provide for us. You know, you miss out. regardless, the kid misses out on something. You know what I'm saying? They misses out on something. It really does take a village. And kids have 2 parents for a reason. I'm just gonna say that right now. I need to hurry up. Kids have 2 parents for a reason. So moving on, I was around that time I was just dating, doing whatever I want to do, whatever I wanted to do. I never really actually had a boyfriend. Now that I look back, I never had a damn boyfriend. All the so-called relationships that I had were fake. I mean, I know that now. But, you know, I would date men here and there, and then I would call myself having a boyfriend. And all my so-called relationships last, like, no more than a month. Whatever. You know, not knowing what I'm doing, not knowing shit. One thing I never really did, though, was date men, and I never brought them around my kids. I was, like, really serious about that. So, I would date men here and there discreetly, going out on dates, and, you know what I'm saying? I still had it going on. You know, I dipped in and out of depression over the years. And, you know, I had those moments where, you know, I was doing good and I was feeling better about myself and my appearance. And, you know, guys, I still got action from guys or whatever. But, that's it. You know, kind of like, I want to say I was kind of doing the most, dating men here and there, and basically, like, dating men past my age. There's a lot of situations where I've dated men that were broke. You know what I'm saying? When I was out and about, like, kind of like doing what I wanted to do and dating men here and there, and basically hooking up with men as well. Let's just be honest. I'm just going to be honest on this channel. My biggest fear was dating men that were broke. Because I went through that with my kid's father. My kid's father did not try to do anything for me. He didn't try to do anything for me. He didn't try to do anything for his children. And he didn't try to do anything for himself. And for the longest, I spent all that time being with him until I finally woke the hell up and said, I don't need to be with somebody that's a fucking... Basically, I need to be with anybody that was a scrub. And I did not want to have that around my children. I didn't want to have a man around my children. I did not know how to provide. And that basically jumped on me whenever he felt like, however I was saying, he didn't want to hear. And that's kind of what our relationship was. He was a scrub. He was a bum. So, I think that's one of the reasons why I dated older men. Because at least older men are, at that time, that's what I'm thinking. An older man can at least take me out and show me a good time. And that's what I did a lot. So, I remember, y'all remember that time when that movie came out with Steve Harvey? Act like a woman, think like a man. Like, this is real, okay? I actually took tips from that movie. I'm using T Nasties from my website, Queen Diva and Me. I'm gonna pop these on real quick. I also use the eyeliner and the eyebrow pencil from my website as well. So when that movie came out, I actually, like, mind you, I'm getting tips from a movie, from a book that at the time I was probably too cheap or didn't even have enough sense to get on my own and read. So basically, I'm getting tips from the damn movie, y'all. Didn't even get the damn book to read. That Steve Harvey came out with. So in the movie, she made her boyfriend wait 3 months. He said, make the man wait so many months before you give him the goods. So I actually tried that. So I met this guy, and we really hit it off very well. Good dude. And to this day, we still connect with each other. We still talk. He is still in love with me. So I met him. We would go out on dates. We would link up. We would, you know, do the Netflix and chill. We would really, like, vibe. He actually, this guy actually brought around my kids. So he would actually vibe with my kids and all that. And I actually made him wait 3 months. It was hard too, because back then I was fast. And it was hard too. Like, don't get it twisted when you make a man wait. Don't think it's hard for just the guy. It's hard for the woman too, especially if you're sexually attracted to this person. So, we actually dated. We actually dated for a few years. And that was the longest. I always tell myself that is the longest, besides my kid's father, somebody that I actually dated. So I thought we actually had something going. I actually seen the future with this guy. Long story short, this dude was a hot mess. He was a hot mess. I ain't gonna lie, I did ignore the red flags. I did ignore the red flags. At the same time, I knew he wasn't for me. He also moved out of state. He moved from the state that we lived in together to another state. We still try to make it work. But really, in the beginning, he never was good for me anyways. Good dude, good, nice, caring, loving dude. Still is to this day. But he had a lot of faults. He talked to a lot of women. He talked to a lot of women. He cheated on me constantly. I actually talked to 2 of the women that he was messing with. Mind you, we were still trying to date when he moved out of state. He told one of the women that he was messing with that he was coming out back to, well, he came to visit me, okay? He came to visit me. He would still come visit me, or whatever. And he would just get in my head. He would get in my head. He would tell me the things that I wanted to hear. He would make it seem like he wanted a future with me. And mind you, this is the first dude that ever did this besides my kid father. And I actually believed him. And honestly, I can't say I was being dumb. I can't say I was young and dumb then. I actually thought I had something good with somebody. And that's what these men do. They tell you what you want to hear. They tell you what you want to hear and get you believing stuff to get you to, like, I don't know what they game be on it. It's like they like to play with women's heart because they know they can. They know that women work off of emotion and stuff like that. So I would definitely say he took advantage of me when it came to that. He played on my emotion very bad. Mind you, he was also broke as well. He was broke, but then he wasn't broke. He had enough money to hold his own, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, pay for his gas, pay for his car, pay his rent, or whatever he was, you know, like that. So in my head, I'm thinking, you know, at least he can do a little bit more for me than the other guys I was dating. Just a hot mess, you know, really honestly not knowing anything about men and trying to find love in all the wrong places. That's what it honestly boils down to. I was young, I was dumb, I was trying to find love in all the wrong places, and I knew nothing about men. I knew nothing about men, but I knew I wanted them. Let's just say that. So I think the last time, yeah, I think that's what made me break up with him. It was when I had a chance to actually talk to one of the women that he was messing around with. And she told me, she said, he didn't tell me he was coming out to visit you. He told me he was coming out there for a wedding. And, you know, with him really not respecting me as a single parent, and him being a young man, you know, we were the same age. I didn't tell you guys that. He was the same age. He was not older than me. And, you know what I'm saying? Him being younger than me with no kids, I feel like he didn't really respect me as a young single parent. So we kind of clashed when it came to that as well. I'm going to put a little bit of foundation on my face. I did my eyebrows. That is all I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of foundation on my face. I'm going to set my brows with this stick from Elf. It's just like a little wax set. It's like a little wax stick. And it helps set your eyebrows. But anyways, I finally broke up with him. I broke up with him in 2015, just to put a date on it. We met the last year of 2012. So we dated from 2013, and I broke up with his ass in 2015. Till this day, we still connect. When I tell you, like, this dude is still in love with me, because I'm a good girlfriend. I'm always a good girlfriend. That's another thing too. I was being a good girlfriend to these men that did not deserve for me to be a good girlfriend. Knowing me, now that I'm looking back, I was probably doing wifey shit with them. Not knowing damn better. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be this good girlfriend. I even have guys that come back and tell me later on in life that I was a good girlfriend to them. I bet the hell I was. I was a damn good girlfriend to you, and my dumb ass is over here doing wifey type stuff, being good to these so-called men that don't deserve it. But my ass not knowing better, thinking that I'm doing the right thing to keep a man. No, honey. Anyways, so that goes to my story time. That is the reason why I am single. I feel like I've had so much freaking relationship trauma. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When I went out with my last boyfriend, he is the last boyfriend I have had that I actually will admit that I call boyfriend. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, since 2015, your girl has been single. Don't get me wrong, I like have my little flings here and there, and I've dated, and I'm not gonna lie, the dating scene has definitely slowed down over the last few years. I used to go out on dates a lot, but at that time, I wasn't really in hopes of finding love at that time. I was just having fun doing me. So, that is why I'm single. I decided to stay single. I decided to work full-time. I decided to be a full-time mother and just focus 100% on my kids. Right now, I do not desire, I'm not gonna lie, I do desire for someone to love me. I do. I think that's what it is. I think I've always wanted to be loved. And I had to realize that people are not out here to love you. They're out here to figure out how they can get over on you. And I'm not saying everybody does that, but a lot of people do, okay? I've came across a lot of people that would prefer to play with your heart and figure out how they can capitalize on that. I've been in too many situations, and that is why I prefer to be single right now as we speak. I am not looking to be in a relationship. I am not looking for love. I do not desire to share that part of my life with anybody right now. I have gotten to that point where no one even deserves to be in my presence when it comes to that. Yes, I have learned. And I know my worth, okay? I know my worth. I know my worth. And it's taken a few years to really gain my full worth. When I finally broke up with my last so-called boyfriend, that's when I first started to realize what it really meant to know your worth. And as the years have went by, me knowing my worth is getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Don't get me wrong, I have friends and men that really want to be with me or really want to settle down with me because I'm a good person. I'm a dope ass girlfriend. And you know, just recently I've met men that want to be with me. And I had to like shut it down. Like, I'm not ready to be with anybody. I am still working on myself. I am still working on my journey. I am still working on fully loving Shantae. Trust and believe. It is not a process that happens overnight. I believe when I fully love myself and I fully gain that full confidence that I've always wanted in myself, and I still might not be ready to really give my heart to somebody. Do I trust? No, I don't trust anybody. And I show for damn sure. I don't trust somebody with my heart. I don't. I told myself I probably won't be ready to settle down and actually look for love or want to be in love until I'm like in my 40s. I'm saying like mid 40s. Do I desire love? Oh, do I? I desire so much love. Like, I literally follow couples on like Instagram and Facebook just to see what it looks like. Just to see what love looks like. And I say I want someone to love me like that. I do. I want someone to love me. My love is not questionable because I know how to love. Because when I love real hard. I love real big. And I'm not doing it. I'm not putting myself out there where my heart can be broken. It hurts. It's not a good feeling. And it's a situation that I'm not willing to be in. I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I knew better, if somebody put me on game, if I had like an uncle, because I lost my father when I was really young, and I really believe that if my father was alive, I believe that he would have put me on so much game when it came to men. It would have been nice to even have like an uncle or a bigger cousin or something to be like, hey, don't do that, don't say that, don't go there, don't listen to that. You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? He's not good for you. I will admit that a lot of my cousins did tell me that my baby's daddy was no damn good. But I was so in love. I was already invested, so I was not trying to hear that. I just want to look a little put together because I am going to do another video. And I did want to tell you guys that I hope I made sense. But yeah, y'all, I just can't do it. I can't allow anybody in that part of my life. I can't. It's like been there, done that, and I refuse. Like, if I ever like really get with somebody, they really gotta be on point. And I'm not even saying it has anything to do with money. I think it's gotta be on point. They gotta be on my level, and I know who's on my level, and I know who's not. And right now, the way the world works and the way people value relationship and love and stuff, I can't. Your girl might be single for a while. So I don't want to keep going back and forth. If that answers y'all question, don't even ask me nothing. Okay, so I don't want to be on here for too long. I think I touched on the subject. As to why I am single. I am single because I have been through too much relationship trauma. I do not trust anybody. I refuse to get my heart broken again. People do not value relationship and love anymore, and I refuse to be the girl on the other side. I refuse to. So, let me see. Let me take off my scarf. Don't get me wrong, I want to be loved. I desire to have someone love me one day. But love, right now, I believe in love. I believe in love. I love love. But I can't. I do enjoy my freedom. I do enjoy being single. I enjoy being a single woman. And no, I am not in the market. I am not trying to mingle. I don't mind mingling. I don't mind going out on dates. I don't mind talking on the phone and having a conversation. But as far as meeting someone to be with somebody long term, that is out. Alright, y'all, that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please follow Queen Diva and me. I hope you like my get ready chit chat as to why I'm single. And I'm raising 3 kids alone. I'm doing my thing. It is what it is. Thank you so much for watching my video. Peace, y'all.